Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a Patreon cast between Astrea and TY here on Ice and Chrome, the latter edition. Figured after Astrea got to the semifinals, wait, quarterfinals? I think it was the quarterfinals versus Stats and took him to 5 games. I want to see him against a Korean Terran player because in DreamHack Winter, from the group stages and the playoff, he only ever played Trap and Stats, who are both Protoss players. So top right-hand corner, we have the American Protoss player. It is Astrea. Real name, Max Angel, which is such a cool name. And in the bottom left, it is TY. He is a Blue Terran player. Alright, so what do we have here today? What's going to go on in this TVP? Probably a Reaper opening that's going to get shut down by Adepts and Stalkers. Probably going to see Disruptors, would be my guess. Marines and Marauders. We could see an attempt at Mech. I think TY is good enough a player to get Mech and make it work against a Protoss player. Even a DreamHack quarterfinalist that Astrea is. Man, that DreamHack quarterfinal was 2 Korean players. It was TY and Stats. And then it was Europeans and Americans after that. Neeb, American. Astrea, American. Cyril and Raynor and Clem, Europeans. Absolutely crazy pants. I don't know. I never expected to see that in a DreamHack, but I suppose the region lock continues to work. We continue to get players who are non-Korean that can compete and beat Korean players, even the elite ones, as we saw in the DreamHack final. And we've seen from Cyril and Raynor, especially time and time again. Yeah, so if you try to harass, it's not a Zerg player, man. Like, you can't force him to go somewhere else to build it. He'll just build it here and then lift it up and move it when the time comes. So we have a Reaper on the way, as foretold. This Reaper's name is the Last War Chest. 1. Oh, this one's going to be sad. 1 final war chest was the coolest, with the coolest decal, sprays, and avatar pictures ever was prepared by BlizzCon's artists, only for the announcement to come down at the last second that no more would be made. Furious at having their work cut short by mismanagement, the artists secretly recorded their work into something that at least would make it into the game, placing the pictures on each bullet and bomb. Sure, they're too small for anyone to see, but the point is, they know that it's there. Wow, so the Last War Chest, the contents are contained inside this Reaper. Please stay alive. Please stay alive. We're interested in seeing what happens and what is contained in the unreleased war chest. Love the shield battery and the mineral line. It just means that Reapers can't do any damage in there whatsoever. It also means that any Banshees that show up will have a really hard time killing probes. 2 Banshees, yes. 1 Banshee, no. And TY is going to do the lifting maneuver here in just a second. And there is an Adept cruising across. The Adept can't get here in time to stop this from happening. Maybe block? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, Astrea! You boss! You absolute boss! He shows up! Oh, but then Marines and some Adepts, or Reapers and Hellions show up. It's just a delay. But that was fantastic. That was so cool. Astrea? Honestly, he's going to recall it home just to keep it alive. Why not? Why not bring it home? Keep all of your units alive. No unit death run of this match. Alright, Astrea, what are you going to do against... I mean, this is GSL winner TY, okay? This is not a TY who is bad at StarCraft. Or a TY who is, you know, an amateur. He's extremely, terrifyingly good at StarCraft. So, we'll see how Astrea does here. See, again, you can't really... I guess maybe these probes aren't in range of being healed by that shield battery, but I think the Last War Chest is just interested in scouting. It gets a full scout off anyway. Sees the Twilight researching, probably Blink Stalker. Good call on that one. No, the Last War Chest, run. Explodes. And is dead. On the other side, Barracksville out of TY. He's going that bio. He's going to be dodging Storm, dodging Disruption Novas. Well, Purification Novas from Disruptors. Maybe dealing with Colossus. These are things you need to do, Astrea, if you're going to beat an elite Terran player, is have that splash damage. Man, if you're not watching my weekly brutal Legacy of the Void playthrough on twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin, you're missing out. I will tell you an embarrassing story. So the first mission of Legacy of the Void, as this Widowmine drop happens, and gets... Ooh, Unburrow. I like it. I like the unburrow, and this one's going to burrow and just get a hit. There you go. Kills a stalker, dies, is fine with that. And a couple probes die before that one dies too. So it was okay. It was okay with a mind drop. But yeah, the first mission of the Legacy of the Void campaign, there's a prologue mission that you play. Warp Prism, try and do stuff. There you go. Forced to warp out over here. A bunch of Marines. There's a Raven here too. Love that Raven idea. Auto turrets can be fantastic. Interference Matrix on the Warp Prism can be pretty good too. But bottom line, I assumed all you got were gateway units in that first mission of the prologue, because I was like, it's the first in campaigns for StarCraft, your first mission, they never like, here are all the things, right? But no, it turns out they gave you the ability to make Immortals and Colossus and Archons and High Templar, and I just didn't use any of them. Let me tell you, it was hard taking down a brutal campaign where you're playing against Terran with no splash damage at all. I feel like it would have been an easier time against Zerg. But against Terran, no, not even a little bit. Tech Lab, working on upgrades, working on that stim, working on that concussive shell. I don't know that anybody's really done a ton of damage here. Nice snipe on that SCV building the refinery. And Astrea is getting a third base behind it here too. So just some Blink Stalker harass. This is not an all-in. I mean, that was a very, very common build back in 2018, 2017, where you would just bring a million stalkers with Blink and just jump right on top of the Terran and try to kill him off at 2 bases. But I haven't really seen that attempted. Terrans are just good at holding it now, right? They're good at making Ravens. Just the auto turret can really hold a lot of stalker attacks, especially if they're supported by other units. And TY decides it's time to push on out here. So the third base from Astrea, maybe a little bit vulnerable. TY does have an army advantage of 43 to 30. Colossus in production and extended thermal lance coming, but TY I don't think has any interest in waiting for that to happen. This is a little bit dicey. Remember what I said about dealing with the Terran army when you only have stalkers and sentries and zealots? Alright, so this one Colossus, oh boy. Oh, the interference matrix. Disabling all of its abilities. All it can do is run and die. Okay, so Astrea's third base is dead. In addition, it really kind of seems like Astrea might just be dead entirely here. What is he doing over here? Zealot harass. That's cool. Siege Tank saves the day there, though. Third base does get focused down by TY. And Astrea warping in Stalkers, making another Colossus, working on extended thermal lance here, too. Weapons level 1 is finishing up for the infantry, which is insane. This is so hard to do with Stalkers, and that's your good game. TY wins game 1 of our sneaky twofer here for your Patreon cast of the week. All right, don't go anywhere. We have another one coming in, but boy, TY looks pretty fantastic. I'm gonna say, it doesn't bode well, I guess is what I'm trying to say here for Astrea. If we're trying to consider whether he can hang with elite Terran Koreans, I'd say with TY, the answer is no for game 1. But again, let's see what happens here in game number 2. He waited too long to get his splash damage. He tried to get a third base instead of hanging on 2. The blink harass was okay, but didn't really do enough to slow down TY, and then the counterattack was brutal. So let's move on into game numero dos. Don't leave your seat. We'll see if this one goes a little bit better for our American Protoss. Game 2 of our sneaky twofer is going to be on Eternal Empire. Top right, Terran. Bottom left, Protoss. All right, Astrea. Let's see if you can redeem yourself here in the second game. I like what you did early. Harassing the SCV, making him build a little bit off, and then when it lifted off, there was an adept underneath him. That was excellent. But your follow-up kind of needs work against TY. Bruh. Okay, so probe cruising across the map again here. Again, thank you if you're watching this the week of November the 19th for being a patron of mine on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. For as little as $1 a month, that gives you access to these replays. This extra replay every week that I toss in here. Appreciate the support, and if you're watching this in the month of December, well, happy holiday season, I guess, for a lot of the world, and I don't know. I can't imagine December's going to be much better than November in a lot of ways, but hey, who knows? All right, well, probe just kind of scouting around here. Nothing much to see, nothing interesting anyway. Not, you know, if there was a lack of barracks, that'd be a problem. If there was no gas, that'd be very interesting too. And now we're going to go ahead and play Block the Command Center. What's TY got in store? Does he have a different plan for this? Is he even going to try to block? Oh, he is. He knows. He knows the exact time that TY wants to do this. 400 minerals now. Oh, he got it, though. TY, sick move. Sick move there. Reaper on the way. Expansion already on the way for Astrea back home. SCV scouting in to see what's what. Recognizes, okay, cybernetics core, gateway, double gas. Yep, very standard 1K to expand. Nothing crazy or scary here at all. Now, this Reaper's name is, Gregors. I feel like this is Polish or something. Brezgisk? Kiwiskis. I'm not even close, but I'm sure somebody recognizes maybe what I'm trying to say. We'll call him Gregor, because that's what I can pull off here. He's going to try to get some kills, but let's be honest. When's the last time we saw a Reaper get multiple kills, or even really one kill against a good Protoss? I think it's been a very, very long time indeed. He can't even scout now because it took 2 hits from that Adept. Brutality. Second gas for TY is up. Getting a factory here too. Really nothing out of the ordinary, I would say, here for TY. His expansion finishing, you know, just about 15 seconds behind the Protoss Nexus. Nothing crazy there whatsoever. Another Twilight Council opening from Astrea. Probably for that blink. It's just nice for aggression. It's nice for defense to have blink stalkers. There really is no reason to skip it, especially against a Terran player. So a 1-1-1 build here from TY. Let's see if he's going to take a third CC. That was an interesting tell in game 1, was the fact there was not a third CC coming in at any point. Oh, the Reaper got killed. Fare thee well, Gregor. I'm not even saying that. Even close. There's a Z in there. There's 2 Z's in that version of Gregor. Anyway, Adept is dead. Recognizes that. We got a Reaper kill, though, so it's definitely fulfilled her purpose. Gateway Robotics Facility. This is pretty much what we saw Astrea do in game 1. I don't know necessarily why he expects it to do much better here in game number 2, but hey, Astrea is much better at StarCraft than I am, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's going to switch it up in some way, change the timing, really try to throw TY off in some way, because that's how you beat someone who's better than you are, as you throw them off. Dude, Astrea takes the third base again. Astrea, friend, this is not a 3-base play from TY. Again, he's going for the Wood of Mine drop. He's getting 2 barracks behind this. He's probably going to get a Cyclone or a Siege Tank or something. Oh, God. Hellion gets into the mineral line. God, that's so annoying. I mean, he's going to get, okay, like 2 kills. Could have been much, much worse. Is that another he made another Reaper? Oh, no, that was an SCV that died. Okay, so that's where Gregor dies. Fare thee well, Gregor. We mourned your loss like 2 minutes ago, and that wasn't even you. Oh, the unburrow. The unburrow play, when you recognize you're only going to get 1 probe kill, is tight. Okay, 3 is pretty good. We'll take 3 there. Oh, maybe it was a combination. Here and there was 3 about at the same time. Yeah, 2 Wood of Mines for 3 probes. Sure. I mean, they probably paid for themselves. And there's your Raven. Yep, we saw that. Here's your Marines and your Marauders. Factory is making a reactor, so maybe no, this is... Why does this feel like an absolute exact same play as game 1, except for the fact we didn't see any aggressive Stalker play. Well, not yet, out of Astrea anyway. TY is doing the same build, man. It's Marines, it's Marauders, it's Stim, it's Medivacs, and I don't know, maybe a Siege Tank or a Cyclone on the follow-up, but I think this is the main crux of what we're dealing with here for TY. Kills his own buildable plates just to make sure there's not a misclick later on. Got ourselves a ye old robotics bay coming in. And probably Colossus. Yeah, so Colossus coming in. So it's earlier for Astrea this game. Man, TY is certainly posturing like he wants to move out and start murdering stuff here on these 2 bases. The longer Astrea can hold on to these 3, the better he's going to be. I do really appreciate that about him, but he needs to survive this attack first, which, let's just say, is not a guarantee of any kind. Tap into the zone like a watchtower. Hoop, 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 hoop. They're actually moving pretty fast if you look at them, considering they're wearing, like, full armor. which they are. And in fairness, it's like power armor, so it makes them stronger. Oh gosh, yeah, with the Marauders leading, these Stalkers just take so many hits. Trying to delay long enough to get a couple Colossus out. TY is being aggressive, man. That is how you do against Protoss. You be aggressive. You don't let them sit back and macro up. You don't let them get every form of splash known to man. A little bit of Raven harass over here. And, oh, the second turret comes down. No! 4 probes die, but Colossus. Oh, my gosh. He's like, well, I was going to deal with it. But then suddenly, are you off cooldown on your warp gate? Oh, jeez. TY just boosts into the main base. Takes down a pylon that is powering nothing, apparently. Oh, he cancels extended thermal lance. What a meanie dude, TY. Doing all right here, man. 5 probes go down. He kills a pylon. He kills the robotics bay entirely, canceling Colossus range. And then unloads over here. We're going to mess with your third base. Don't mind us. I'm taking a third base behind it. Look at this micro out of TY. This is disgusting. This is just the most disgusting play from him. Is he even gonna, I don't know that, like, Astrea, is he demoralized? Is he going to rebuild his robotics bay? I don't know. I don't know that he will. I'm trying to see. Production tab says no. Alright, so TY's on 3 bases. Income is about even, I'd say, based on a couple spikes here and there, but it seems to be staying around 0. Nobody has much of an income advantage there at all. Widowmine going to burrow itself at the top of the ramp. Zealot wandering up this way to see, is there a third base? Just checking. Hey, there is. Run. Run away. Don't run into this. Oh, he's going to run into this Widowmine. He's not. He's going to die to the bio instead. All right. That's totally cool with me. Ghost Academy coming in. We're going to see some of that EMP versus this Protoss army. Okay, so he does replace the robotics bay, and he's going to have to restart extended thermal lance. And I guess maybe he can chrono boost it, but still, it totally sucks. Maybe he's... No, just going to go into disruptors. Like, these Colossus shall have short attacks forevermore. Astrea's 4th base is coming up now. I love that. And I kind of feel like Astrea is in a much better position in this game than he was in game number 1. Obviously, because he's not dead like he was at the 9-minute point of game number 1. Dark Shrine on the way from Astrea. When behind Dark Shrine, I'm not even sure if this is a behind scenario. It's 66 to 66 workers. TY's army is a little bit bigger, but again, splash damage, the great equalizer. Oh, he recalls the Colossus. Because he knows they're in a lot of trouble with the siege. Oh my gosh. Siege tanks, Vikings. TY really setting himself up here for a big, scary attack that's going to be very hard to deal with. That said, Zealot run by, pretty interesting. 3rd base of TY is a ghost town. Kind of like the Sim City. Like, it messes... Oh boy, SCVs are in trouble. It messes with the Zealot's ability to get into this bunker. That's really incredible. A lot of SCVs are trying to body block for it, but that just means that they die. Nova... Oh, big hit, Nova. 19 SCVs are dead. Holy crap. Astrea, if he can hold this attack, he's going to be in a great position. Oh my gosh, he's getting into this natural mineral line too. Siege tanks are firing from the low ground. Zealots just trying to make good trades. They are killing a bunch of bile over this way. Nova, oh, catching a Marauder Corpse. Whee! Marauder Corpse flinging. Okay, so it's 69 to 51 total income here. There's a massive income advantage for Astrea. He needs to hold here for about another minute, and then he'll be okay. But that might be asking a lot here against this Siege Tank Viking Raven Marine Ghost army. His DTs are like, we don't really want to engage with the army directly. Oh, interference matrix plus Viking equals dead Colossus. Tanks fired on disruptors as they wander a little bit too close to this edge here. Marauders trying to take down a disruptor, and they can't. It does manage to survive. TY just wandering up and holding this position. This is such a great position to hold. The disruptors are like, go, but guess what Terran's good at doing is splitting. So good at splitting here, and it looks like that is it for the disruptor army. They're all backed into a corner. Fare thee well, every disruptor. And that this might just be it here for Astrea. It is GGTY takes the 2-0 play in our sneaky twofer here today. And yeah, okay, so Astrea's PvT could use work. Although, is that fair to say? I mean, again, playing against someone whose name is TY and extremely terrifying. So I don't know. Was this a fair test? Let me know in the comments if you think this was a fair test for Astrea or not, because I'm not entirely convinced that it was. This is my American bias, probably speaking, but nevertheless, man, yeah, that income advantage, but the siege tanks, and the splitting and the EMPs and the everything TY had was great. The Vikings were amazing. The interference matrix was super good. Resources lost 13,000 to 6,000. That is an efficient Terran player for sure. So good matches, but that's going to be it from me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.